G'day crew. I'm nearly at the end of my first 20 hours on the engine, just 4 hours to go. And that means I'm no longer worried about getting the running in done. This is going to be a fishing trip. My main plan is to go out and get some bait that I can cryovac and freeze up, ready for the next trip. My secondary plan is to drop some lines out and see if I can pick up some decent fish while I'm collecting the bait. Oh, and I also want a few crabs. It would be nice to find the mother lode, but I'll settle for a feed. And as this trip turned out, and it doesn't happen all that often, I got the trifecta. What a magic day. I hope you enjoy it. While I did hit the trifecta on this trip, I'm only going to cover the fishing part of it in this video. I have a lot to say about getting the live bait as well as crabbing, cooking, building, etc. If I were to put it all in this video, it would run for over an hour, so I'm going to split it into two parts. I'll cover the bait gathering, crabbing and the rest of it in the next on-water video, which is planned to go up in a fortnight. I'll have a lot of tips in that for catching and caring for live bait, as well as a few other things. Before we get into the video though, I just want to announce a little giveaway courtesy of Mr. Bait. He's donated 6 shirts to give away, and what we're going to do, I'm just going to raffle them off to subscribers. So if you'd like one, give the video a like and leave a comment with the colour and size that you need. We have 2 medium blacks, we have 2 extra large blacks, and we have 2 large in red. If you've got a partner or a child that you think would like one, you can put in multiple entries, but there will only be 1 t-shirt given to each person. So if you put in an entry for yourself and your partner, then only one of you can win it, and it'll just be whoever gets drawn first. I'll let the raffle run till the end of the month, and I'll draw it on the 31st and put up a video on the 1st of the next month. So 1st of April, April Fool's Day, I'll put up a video, just a short on YouTube with the draw and announcing the winners. Let's get on with today's video. You know, I come out on the water and I get to see so many beautiful sunrises and sunsets, but I still can't resist taking a photo of them. Nice. I think something down there is frightening this bait. It's just pulling a little bit of drag every now and then. And something larger down there is having a look at it and deciding if it wants to eat it, and that's making the bait quite nervous.
Mate, I've got your phone here. Will do, mate. You okay to get out?
And here you see me adjusting my drag. That's something I almost never do when I'm fighting a fish. Every trip before I go out, I check the drag on my lines and make sure they are set to exactly 1/3 of the line weight. So given that they're actually set to exactly the recommended drag for a particular weight of line, adjusting it during the fight is a very dangerous thing to do. I was worried about losing the fish because I've lost several fish last year that were fighting exactly like this, jumping exactly like this, and they spooled me. So with equal parts prayer and good luck, I thought I'd better tighten down the drag just a little bit. I'll just mention here though that the times I got spooled was with Shimano reels, which had much less line capacity than the pen reel I have on this rod. So I do have a better chance with this rod. Colour.
Holy Jesus.
Well, that's too big for my net. It's been so long since I used my gaff that the plastic protector seized onto the hook, taking quite a bit of effort to get it off. I think the gaff nicked an artery and the boat is about to look like a slaughterhouse.
You're making a mess of my boat there, you know. Oh. Oh. Geez, only just took two. Holy heck. Didn't get him in by much. Now, right. That black one should do. God, blood everywhere. Where's my knife? Oh, there.
It's important to bleed most fish as soon as they're caught, particularly large fish, but I should have cut it straight on the bait board. It would have been easier than reaching down into the engine well to do it. I've hooked up to a few silver fish out at Harry's that did jumps and somersaults, but this is the first one I've landed. The others spooled me. I wasn't sure what the others were at the time, because all I could see was a big fish that looked silver jumping out of the water. But now I think they were larger models of this.
What a mess you made on my bait. Dear, oh dear.
I want to clean up the worst of this mess before it dries on, but also that will give me a less slippery surface to work on for the next steps. Once he'd had time to bleed out a bit, the next thing was to measure him, weigh him, and then do my best to keep the flesh in tip-top condition.
Got to be a little bit inventive about getting a measure on this one. Where are we at? Okay. So that's 90. That's 90. And another 16, so 106. Oh, Oh wow, how's that for a fish? Pretty stoked. I think I probably should gill and gut that one. We'Fish-AU.
A lot of people say that queenfish aren't that good on the fork, but personally I think they're like mawong. If you handle them correctly, bleed them, put them on ice and eat them fresh, they're quite good. However, they don't freeze well. There's too much meat here for my wife and myself to eat, so we'll give some of it away. We'll eat some fresh, but we will have to freeze some. And as I said, it doesn't freeze all that well if you want to fry it up afterwards. But you can thaw it and use it in a curry, and it's quite good for that. But all this is predicated on treating it right in the first place. I've already dispatched and bled it. Before I put it in the ice water, I'm going to gut and gill it. The combination of dispatching it, bleeding it, gutting it, gilling it, and getting it in and chilled as quickly as possible all contributes to preserving the best eating quality. Honestly, if you kill the fish, you should be doing everything you can to preserve the quality of the flesh. Otherwise, in my opinion, it's just a waste. There's no denying that this is a messy business, but it is necessary. Another tip. You see me wash my hands a lot. I either lean over the side and wash them in the water, or if not, I pick up a bait rag and wipe them on that. This is a habit that I've picked up from using knives in one way or another for most of my life. And one of the most dangerous things you can do is use a knife with a slippery handle or with slippery hands. For that reason alone, I always clean my hands and my knives. Never pick up your knife and use it if your hands are covered in blood and guts, if you need to put much force behind the cut. Otherwise, you risk it slipping in your hand. You can get away with it if your knife is sharp and if you're not hacking through joints or other tough pieces, but be very careful even then.
Oh, I should have weighed him first. Never mind. Oh, just stay there for a minute then.
If he was any bigger, I would have had to cut his head off, or tail, or both, to fit him in the esky. It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And that's it. The salt water will come down close to 0 degrees from the ice that's in there, and that flesh will be in the best possible condition when I get home. This started off with the bait runner playing outline slowly. That was probably just the livey getting a bit nervous because some predator was eyeing it off. Either the livey took refuge in nearby structure or something made a grab for it and dragged it into the structure. Probably the former, because the instinct of the small fish is to find somewhere to hide. But either way, that left me snagged. Fortunately, it wasn't difficult to get it out and my terminal tackle remained intact. My apologies for the water droplet on the camera lens. I didn't realise it was there.
Okay, we're on again. I picked up that other line too, which is not a good thing. Oh, what happened there? Where am I hooked up on this line here? Line break. Oh, he had that right down his neck and bit it, I think.
Or maybe there was some damage from that snag that I missed when I checked the line and that created a weak spot. I did feel along it, didn't feel anything, but it seems likely. And I still had the drag adjusted above the 1/3 of the breaking strain of the line, so that wouldn't have helped either.
What's going on there? Hey, what have we got here? Oh, what happened there? I had him. Couldn't have hooked him properly.
I think I pulled the hook on that one.
I've been baited. So I hardly had the line in the water and I'm baited. Oh, come on. Oh, it might have been a shark. Oh, no. What happened there? A weak spot in the line, or did the knot give way on the swivel? Huh. Oh, well, nearly time to go home. I'll just pack it up and fix it up later.
I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. That makes it all worthwhile. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. I did land that one good fish and I had quite a few misses, but they were all good fun as well. Next week's video is already scheduled. That's going to be a modification to my Spitfire trailer to add an L&R latch. The following week I should have finished part 2 of this video, and that'll cover the gathering of the bait with lots of tips on that, the surprising results in the crab pots, filleting the queenfish, and more. You won't want to miss it, so if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the notification bell. Until next time, good fishing.